Hey guys, Henning and Morten from FlippedNormals here. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the topic of websites. Do you need a website? Do you not need a website? Where do you go? But before we get into that, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little notification button so you get notified every time we put out a new video. So this is something that comes up a lot. Actually, just recently, I think we got a tweet or a comment on a YouTube video saying like, how should you present your portfolio, whether it be a reel or in portfolio form, and where should you go for it? And our go-to answer for the vast, many years has been ArtStation. Just go to ArtStation. It's an incredible resource, not just for art, but also for portfolios. They make it really easy to set up your portfolios, and it's one of the ways that recruiters really enjoy just looking through your stuff, because it's so easy and accessible to everyone.
So why shouldn't you make your own website? Because you can, of course, make your own website way nicer and all that. Well, the reason is because you have to spend time on it. Like, you actually have to sit down and you're going to have to buy the domain. You maybe use a pre-made theme, or if you're a crazy person, you're going to make the site yourself. And it's just going to take from like a few days to a few weeks of just setting it up. That is one more personal piece you could put in your portfolio. And secondly, because it doesn't really matter when... in best case scenario, you make a website which is nice now and it's easy to find something, easy to find your contact info. And in worst case, your work is hard to view. We can't download images. The links are all weird, and we can't find your contact info. So that's like the worst case scenario. But ArtStation, or if you use any similar site, is all there by default. It's easy to find your contact info. It's easy to find your work. Maybe it's not presented in like the best way. Maybe you could optimize the gallery or something, but it's fine. When you're reviewing work, particularly for employment, it really isn't just about making the site super slick or something like that. It really is about your work.
You'd be surprised. Actually, it's pretty interesting how often it happens that people don't have their contact details in their portfolio. They simply just forget, or maybe they don't want them out there. But one of the issues is that, like, if you're applying for a job and you don't have any contact details in there, people can't contact you.
We had this problem actually quite a lot for FlippedNormals, where we needed to contact people to, like, we want to hire them to make tutorials for us and all that, and we literally couldn't find their contact info. And it wasn't that these people here necessarily wanted to be hidden. It was just that I don't think they never necessarily thought about it. Yeah. Or it was we found it eventually, but it was just really hard to find it. So it was just hidden behind like 6 layers of pages on it, or whatever it might be. So it's so beneficial to have some ArtStation where you just know where you can go and find the content info. You go to their page and then you click about and then you find it. I'm not going to do it here because then we're exposing this guy's email to everyone. So let's not do that. But it's just so handy. So that means if you go to ArtStation, you find anyone's ArtStation, you know exactly where to find the content info, and you know exactly where to find the art. Let's check out our own pages. These are made before ArtStation existed and when we were students.
Ooh, oh no.
And they're still up and going. So right now, this is my own personal site, and you see it reel is from 2015, and it's basically when I updated the last. It's hard to navigate it. You wanna check out my art, and you click on this one, and you're like, oh man, that didn't work. So then you click on the other one and you're like, okay, now you get to it. And here it's not that this is a terrible site. You can still see the art and all that, but this has no advantage whatsoever over using ArtStation. It's just a scroll bar and you can see it here and you can just keep going forever. If you want to find contact info, at least in my case, I have the contact info right here and you can see it. And that's easy enough. But it's just, there isn't a standardized way of doing it.
Yeah, this is my portfolio. I just went overboard with, same story. It's made a long time ago and it hasn't been updated in a very long time. And it was back when it was this masonry style gallery was very popular. And the problem is, like, if you don't keep stuff like this updated, you fall out. Like, the trend sort of like passes and you don't kind of stay up to date, which is also why I think ArtStation is a great choice, just because it keeps it consistent and people get used to it. Recruiters get used to it, so they know how to browse it.
Yeah, and also it just took you a long time to make this.
Yeah, that too. I mean, another option could be something like, what are they called? Squarespace. I think Squarespace, they also have like these pre-made templates that you can choose from. Like, if you wanted something more custom, I guess, Squarespace could also be a good place to go. But still, I would probably still just recommend ArtStation just because of ease of use. Like, you don't even need to pay for pro memberships or anything. Just get your stuff on ArtStation.
We're also not sponsored by anyone for this video. This is a heads up.
Oh,
We're like the only YouTubers not sponsored by Squarespace.
Yeah, probably. It's after this video, we'll get contacted by Squarespace.
Another disadvantage of having your own site is you have to maintain it. And once if you get to do it, suddenly your site is down and you can't be reached. Now, we don't know your contact info, and you might lose freelance or you might lose a job because of this. I've also seen websites which have been so poor that it's literally impossible to actually use them. There was one where I was reviewing a texturing reel for one of the studios I was working at, and I couldn't actually review the textures because it was behind like it was almost like you wanted to watermark the textures or something. So there was this like grid pattern on top of everything, which meant it was literally impossible to review the quality, because it's like you do a 1 pixel blur and everything, a 2 pixel blur, and you literally can't see what's there. And that's a huge problem. So that kind of stuff doesn't happen on others, like on ArtStation or other generic portfolio sites, where you can always review the work and it's easy to find.
Yeah, and it's reliable. I mean, most of the time ArtStation is up. Like, it rarely goes down, I think. So, you just know that your portfolio is always going to be out there. You're also not going to run into issues of people not being able to save your images because you restrict saving images on websites. I remember that was a trend that sort of like got revived, and people didn't want to allow other people to save their images. Maybe like you as a recruiter, you're like, hey, I want to save these pieces so we can talk about them in your portfolio, but instead I have to go in and take some screenshots of them. So it's just whatever you can do to make the life easier of whoever wants to hire you, basically. That's the important part.
And avoid Wix like a plague. It's probably going to be some Wix ads on this video, so but try to avoid Wix, because that is a lot of what Morten just mentioned is pre-built into it, where you can't save the images, and it's just there's so many fancy things on it. You really just want to be able to go to a site, click on a piece, be able to save the image, go to their profile, see who they are, see what their title is, and then go to their about section and find their contact info. So in short, do you need your own custom website? I mean, you totally can if you have time for it and you want to, for whatever reason you want to. We're not going to say you shouldn't do it, but if you are a student and you're seeking employment right now, it is really a waste of time, because you're now exactly at the same level as you were if you're just using ArtStation and YouTube or Vimeo for your reel. We really do only care about what are the final pieces like, and we don't care about your personal website. Save the money, save the time, keep it simple.
The most important thing is just, get your work out there. That's really it, So the quicker you can do that, the more efficiently you can do that, the more time you get to spend on your personal projects that eventually, hopefully, will get you hired.
So this video here is based on a lot of questions we've had in the past, and so if you have other questions like this, make sure to comment below as well. Like we do make a lot of videos based on the questions and comments we get. So make sure you leave a comment, a like, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more videos like this in the future.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you're looking for training or high quality assets, make sure to stop by the FlippedNormals marketplace. And if you're interested in supporting us by buying our merchandise, you can check that out in the description below.